I've got the answer right here, ladies and gentlemen, to everything that ails you. Now step right up.
One who quacks like a duck about his salves and remedies. The cruel practice of making money on people's worries feared throughout the years as quackery.
I said cured of backache, nervousness,
any number of diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't ask you to take my word for it.
All right, folks. Well, welcome back to another exciting episode of Quackery Season 2. I just want to go ahead and apologize personally for last week. It was my fault. We were off, had a week off, but we're back stronger than ever. And this week we are doing alkaline water. As always, your co-hosts here, Will the Pill and John Boy.
Yeah.
He's over here at 6 a.m. drinking a Red Bull, getting it going, getting it fired up. Put a little vodka in that cup. All right, so alkaline water. I did this one for John. This is dedicated to you, sir. So what is alkaline water? So as we had Marvin explain a little bit, it's kind of a misnomer. So alkalinity is like the ability of anything in water to buffer acid. The ability for it to increase the pH of acid closer to 7. But in the way they're talking about alkaline water, they're just basically talking about it's more basic water.
Okay, so
the pH is higher.
Okay, so you got acid and base.
Acid and base. So
okay, gotcha.
Acids are going to be any pH level below 7.
Okay.
And then base is going to be any pH above 7.
Oh, at 7. So I thought it started at 0. No.
Well, like 0 would be like the most acidic thing in the world.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. Okay.
And 14 would be like the most basic thing in the world.
Gotcha.
Just like you.
So, yeah.
So basic.
I knew you were going to say that.
I beat you to it. You were going to say it first. Gosh, I was going to save that joke for later. But it just kind of came out, naturally. So actually, normal water is around 7 pH. It's not always, right exactly at 7 pH, but it's, like pure water with no additives, anything, and it should be 7. Should be completely neutral. And you can actually find alkaline water naturally in certain springs, like where it bubbles up, and it's the minerals that it passes through that alkalize it, and basically adds the alkali, and also people make it now by adding certain alkalizing agents to it. So typically when you buy one in the store, it's not going to be a natural spring mineral.
So they're adding more
water.
Base. Wait, base. They're adding more base to the water.
They're adding chemical.
It goes up.
Chemicals to increase the pH.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll get into this more. This is just
See,
like,
I thought
what is it?
I had no idea. I literally thought they were adding metals or taking metals out. I don't know.
So the metals thing you're thinking about is the minerals from the natural alkaline water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so, and we'll get into some of that. But so this really picked up a lot of steam, like people saying it's better for you than regular water. And so we're going to look at, what the hell that's all about, if that's actually true, and, everything behind it here. We're going to examine alkaline water. So as Marvin was saying, the ability to buffer an acid would technically be the alkalinity. So it doesn't necessarily mean like he had explained a basic 8 and an acidic 6.
Yeah.
In a perfect world with no alkalinity, they put them together, they're going to make a 7, right? I mean, that's just basic math. They're all one apart. But then potentially something that's more alkaline could buffer more acid. So it could potentially be a pH of 9 that could buffer something that was a pH of 3 or something like that. That's just, that's a simple definition of it, but it gives it more buffering power.
I get you.
But neutralizing power.
And this may sound stupid, but if you take like lemon juice, which has a lower pH,
correct,
and you add more pH to it, would it eventually become water or no?
So it would become neutral like water.
Okay.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be just water because it would have, still have the lemon juice in there and other things.
Yeah.
So, for instance, you could put baking soda in lemon juice and eventually bring the pH. You could buffer the pH to 7.
And for you guys listening, so I didn't do very well in chemistry, so I'm literally don't know.
It's been a long time
stuff.
for us. You guys don't know. We haven't been in high school in like 20 years almost.
Has it been that long?
Almost.
Oh, Jesus.
15 years, I guess.
Did you go to your reunion?
Oh, no.
Yeah, me neither.
No. I think I want to go to the one for pharmacy school, but I don't know. It's going to be next year, so I don't know if we're going to have it with COVID. I haven't heard, but we'll see. But yeah, this was what I was going to say. Why do they call it alkaline water then? And when it should be just called basic water, because it's so basic. Like alkaline sounds good, like it would sell, but it's so basic. You're so basic, bro.
Yeah,
it's a basic bro. I don't know if I'm allowed to say basic bitch.
Basic.
I don't know because I'm not a girl.
All right, so I was just thinking. I don't know when you said that. I was trying to think of a word. All right, so basic is level 14. So maybe you could be like, oh, you're a level 14. Female dog. Like, I was trying to make a new word, to make a new slang word. Oh, you're just a 14.
You're a 14. Yeah. You're so basic, bro. You're a 14. That's
or something.
It needs
like
some tweaking.
Yeah.
But I like where your head's at. I think it could be good.
And this is on record that I came up with this.
It's going to be the new TikTok. Thing, right?
Yeah. Because there's words I did come up with first. I know I did, like soups. I've been saying that. Like soups. Like, maybe no one else is
like
that.
Tomato soups.
No, like I'm soups tired.
Oh, that's soups crazy. You came up with that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, like
it's totally fetch.
15. I had to watch that.
I like
movie.
that. You haven't seen Mean Girls?
No, they made me watch it. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, it's good. All right, so let's talk about money. All right, so nothing moves the needle like cash, right? This is from a Insights website about the market potential. But so they said, was a quote, between 2013 and 2018, the volume of alkaline water sales rose from 357 million liters to 635 million liters globally, representing a compound annual growth rate of 12.2%. And it predicts sales will continue to rise, outpacing overall premium water market to reach a value of $4.32 billion by the end of 2023.
Now, is this like
liters?
Is this stuff you can buy at gas stations too, like smart water?
It's all the alkaline water. So like smart water alkaline. Well, they have an alkaline version.
Oh, okay,
regular
cool.
smart water just has like electrolytes or whatever in it. But then they have a smart water 8 point something or whatever. They have all the different ones. Mm-hmm. That would be the pH that it is.
Yeah, I'm surprised filters like the Brita filters can't make it more.
Now you're thinking if you had the thing where you could trickle it like the minerals through the spring. Although who knows? This bubble could burst. Well, but I mean, they said by 2023 it's not slowing down. Especially
with all the stuff going on now, people are very health conscious.
People think that any little edge they can get right. Yeah. What's crazy is that Pepsi and Coke didn't even realize how much money they can make just by selling water.
I know.
Like tap water. They bottle in tap water. I was calling it, spring water or whatever, like Dasani and stuff.
No one did. I remember when it first came out.
We always thought it was so stupid. It's like, what are they going to start bottling air next? They do.
Remember, we were in high school, and I remember going to the gas station. I'm like, what the heck? I think the cans came out first. It was like water in a can. I want to say that. Maybe it was just in Gilbert, South Carolina. But like, I remember seeing it, and my mom was like, "Oh my god, no one's going to buy that because it was $1. Who's going to pay $1 for water when you could pay $1 for a Coca-Cola?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now
go get water out the tap. Yeah, man. Do you drink tap water? You got filter?
Oh no, dude.
You worried they put something in there?
Well, all right. So the government puts fluoride in the water.
They do that. They do
that with the chemtrails and.
Well, you got that VA dental plan, so you don't need fluoride. Anytime you get any problems, you just roll up.
I know.
But then you got that coffee machine, so, But you've been whitening, I can tell.
No.
No?
Well, I use...
Mine are brown.
So I don't drink a lot of sugar.
Oh,
that's or eat a lot of sugar. And I have that water pick.
Oh, you got the water pick.
And that works. And honestly...
Oh, and you use it every time you're in the shower. I remember this.
So I take... probably 5 or at least 5 showers a day, if not more, like 7 or 8.
How's your skin not like completely dried out? I have to take 2 a day because I have one before work and one after work. Like I didn't even shower this morning because I'm so sick of the damn shower.
Like I get in there to think, like when I'm thinking of an intro for my other podcast to think.
I'm miming jerking off for those at home.
Yes. I think about 7 times a day.
Oh, sorry. That's not COVID. So why do people, so you always brush your teeth when you go in there?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Man, that's why your teeth are
always
so clean.
brush my teeth. Because that's what I do. I just think, brush my teeth. I'm just always in my own head.
You got, all those brilliant ideas. That's where they come out.
Yeah, whatever.
Hell yeah. All right. So why do people think that alkaline, what do people say alkaline water will do for you? What are the claimed health benefits? So they say that it will hydrate you better. Like your body's going to accept the water and keep you hydrated better. It should prevent osteoporosis, boost immunity, prevent cancer, cure heartburn. It will be protective for heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Increase blood viscosity, so I guess make your blood flow more easily. It's slow aging, clean out your colon, lose weight, keep your skin clear, and as a detox.
Yes.
Oh, the detox cells.
Can I ask you one question? It's not really related to water, but so when I work out really heavily, which is hardly never, but when I used to, when I was in the military, and we would just make it where you can't even walk the next day. Yeah. We would soda dope where you, as soon as you get done working out, and you got to do it right after you finish, but you take some baking soda and you just consume it, and it works wonderfully. But is that because the base off the baking soda is like neutralizing that lactic acid in your muscles, or how does that work?
That's a good question. I thought that Zach had talked about that.
Because it does work. If you're really sore, then it's probably a little too late. But I'm telling you, it works so well.
See, guys, when you said that last episode, that's the first I had heard of it.
Like, I do it all the time after I work out. I don't know if it's good for you or not, but
I don't think it's bad for you.
But it makes such a huge difference.
So the theory is that it should, when you work out, you build up those different acids, and that it should. But we'll talk about how your GI tract works with acids and bases, right? So I'm almost wondering if it's something else in there that's like almost helping your body hold on to more electrolytes or getting the back in there. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
But it does work. Work. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there's anyone that does it will tell you it works.
Yeah.
But so if I add just baking soda to regular water, technically, is it alkaline water?
Alkaline water. Yeah.
But it won't taste good. That's the thing.
It won't taste terrible, but it won't.
Yeah. It
won't taste like a bottle of alkaline water because they're doing it with different sort of. Probably similar stuff. They're just having it where it dissolves better and doesn't taste as much.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah. Like before, if you booze a lot, do you ever take a bunch of salt before you go to bed? Like get a real salty meal or put salt in some water and so you stay hydrated so you don't get dehydrated.
Maybe Pedialyte or coconut water. Mm-hmm. But other than that, no. Yeah,
same idea, I guess. Yeah, but I don't know that. That would be an interesting question. Where do people get the idea that alkaline water would be better than regular water? So there was a hypothesis, several years ago where they said, well, if we decrease the pH of people's urine, what would it do to potentially decreasing kidney stones? And so they did several studies, and they found that direct alkalinization of urine via potassium bicarbonate, so it's just a method of making, their people's urine basic or alkaline, it could actually reduce kidney stone occurrence and size. So once you have a kidney stone, it actually can help reduce the size of it. So that's like a tangible study where it actually could, it's going to make your urine pH less acidic because urine's a little bit acidic. So by decreasing, the acidity of your urine, it's less likely to get kidney stones.
So why don't the industry focus on that? Because
something
that actually
that
makes sense. I mean, you just went through the list of normal things that you always talk about: cancer, weight loss, clear skin.
The usual on this episode.
Dude, if they just focus on kidney stones, then people would
stay in your lane.
Exactly. People would accept it.
And it's legit. I mean, they actually have several studies. Yeah. It's crazy. So anyway, so then they found that works. And so they said, okay, well, oh boy. So then they said, well, what about osteoporosis? So the idea with that is natural alkaline water has specific minerals in it. Then that could help with, keeping your bones healthy, as well as potentially there's acid that's breaking down your bones too. That was their hypothesis. So it's called the acid ash hypothesis. So that if you can increase the excretion of acidic ions from your diet, like phosphate, then you can, decrease your total acid effect on your bones. And they thought that could potentially, being more acidic could eat away at your bones, and that could be increasing osteoporosis.
But that doesn't.
No.
Okay.
So they found out that it doesn't work at all. It doesn't keep people from trying to claim that it works, but they actually did a study, a causal assessment of dietary acid load and bone disease, a systematic review and meta-analysis. So they found that there is no association between dietary acidic load, so that would be like eating or drinking, an alkaline diet or water, and osteoporotic bone disease. That's not supported by any evidence. So it says that there's no evidence an alkaline diet or water is protective of bone health. So, but it was one of those things where, like, hey, if it works for this, let's actually perform a study on it. So the idea here is, well, if it can affect your urine, so why can't it affect your whole body pH? Like you were talking about, like if there's lactic acid in your muscles, can, eating or drinking, a high pH, a basic alkaline water or food, can that actually decrease that and make you less sore and all those sort of things? Well, think about it like this. Your stomach acid has like a pH anywhere between 2 and 3.5. And your blood is always going to be slightly alkaline. So it's supposed to be between 7.36 and 7.44 pH. And if it falls out of that range, like really bad things are going to happen. You're going to be in the hospital. But like you were saying earlier, lemon juice has a pH of 2. So if our diet could affect our pH in our blood so drastically, where you have that narrow window, like being 7.36 to 7.44, like if having a lot of drinking lemonade could kill you.
So basically, if you wanted to kill someone, you would just have to inject them with some sort of lemon juice.
The lemon killer. No, I think your body will still be able to neutral. I mean, at that site, it will probably cause a lot of problems if you put too much acid in them. I mean, yeah, if you inject someone with a bunch of acid, you could probably kill them in their bloodstream. I don't know. The strength of the lemon. The acidity of it. Well, it's a 2, but I guess you'd have to get a lot of lemon juice, and that you could be the lemon killer. I don't know. That's a good question. You always come up with these questions.
And if you guys don't know, I also run a murder podcast,
yes.
Which is why I think of that. Right off the
lemon
bat.
Juice kill you. So Marvin, I reached out to him. He couldn't be here today with us, but he did have something to say on the soda doping. He said that it actually doesn't work. So he said it's the same idea as eating a lemon. So your stomach is going to neutralize any base or acid.
It does work though, man.
He said, but the idea would be that it's going to neutralize lactic acid and give you better recovery, kind of like a massage that squeezes out the acid. But in reality, it's not that effective, is what he said. Okay, all right. That's our chemistry expert there, Marvin. All right. So then you're going to say, well, if eating, if pH doesn't matter, then what about the urine, right? Well, this actually makes a lot of sense. Our bodies have to balance pH. So if you drink lemon juice, or if you eat something very, basic or acidic, it's going to have to figure out a way to neutralize that, right?
Yeah.
So your body doesn't go out of whack, that fine range of pH. So the way it does it is by breathing. So exhaling CO2, CO2 is acidic. So when we breathe out, we're actually getting rid of acid, as well as urine and feces. So basically, by having a very acidic diet, a very alkaline diet, it's going to affect your urine directly, because you're going to have to try to pee out that. And so that's how that worked, because that's how your body gets rid of any pH that's too high or too low.
Huh. Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That actually makes sense. Which I thought it was cool that you
well, maybe
breathing out acid.
That is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. So who started all the crazy health rumors? Because it's a pretty big jump, right?
This guy looks like a used car salesman.
Oh, he definitely. You're going to love this guy.
I feel like I
was super
I bought
excited.
a Kia from this guy before.
You probably did. Probably bought a Kia.
And he upsold me on the stereo
Do you remember
system.
Kia did that buy a car, get a car free deal a few years ago?
No.
Yes. There was a Kia dealership in South Carolina. I can't remember which one, but it was like if you bought whatever the Kia minivan was, you would get like the smallest sedan for free. Buy one car, get one car free. Isn't that crazy? I was like, that is the shit right there. So then, like, buy a minivan for mom, the kid turns 15, get a, 16, you get a new, Kia Sophia.
Kia Sophia.
All right. So somebody had to make a jump from knowing that it works for kidney stones and that it doesn't work for osteoporosis to it cures cancer, right? There had to be somebody.
I'll probably hang out with this guy.
Oh, yeah. This man, well, maybe not now. I think he's in prison. Spoiler alert. I think he got out last year. So his name is Robert Oldham Young, which is a funny name, Oldham Young.
Yeah.
It's counterintuitive, just like him. He's the man, the myth, the legend. So he got all these different degrees. One from the Clayton College of Natural Health, which used to be called the American College of Holistic Nutrition, which is not accredited by any agency of the U.S. Department of Education or anyone. He also has degrees from there in a Master of Science in Nutrition, a Doctor of Science with emphasis in chemistry and biology, a PhD, and a ND, which is, of course, is the Doctor of Naturopathy.
He's got a PhD, though. That's 7 years.
From the Clayton College of Natural Health. So...
Wait, is that also known as the University of Phoenix?
No. The University of Phoenix is accredited. This place is not accredited.
For now. They sent me a huge check.
Really?
Yeah, they sent me a huge check and said, this is for a lawsuit because of our shady marketing tactics. Yeah, it was like...
And you're like, joke's on you. I had the VA bit. That's awesome.
Exactly. It was like $2,000. I was like...
And you went to school for free, right?
Yeah.
Man, now that's a good business plan.
I know.
You could use your...
apparently
the
they
VA,
were... Apparently, and this is...
The GI Bill, that's what it is.
So they target soldiers.
Really?
Yeah, and that's why...
Shit.
Which is, I mean... I make fun of University of Phoenix, but it is what you put into it. You know what I'm
course.
saying?
I would think any school is, quite honestly.
So if you put, exactly. You could just do the bare minimum, or you can excel in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. No, I mean, I'm not.
But, I shouldn't say that because the Clayton College of Natural Health is not.
Well,
really...
it's not accredited. and we'll see, it's been shut down. They actually had a trial on that Clayton school, and in 2016, they shut it down because the judge said it was a, quote, diploma mill.
Diploma mill.
They just give everybody whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
But what's funny is you might have heard of these books. I actually saw one of these in my pharmacy.
PH Miracle, yeah.
The PH Miracle. I saw it. They sold it in one of my pharmacies I worked at. The PH Miracle. The PH Miracle for diabetes. The PH Miracle for weight loss. The PH Miracle revised. Oh, watch out. Herbal nutritional medicines, one sickness, one disease, one treatment. Sick and tired, back to the House of Health, and back to the House of Health 2. So he wrote all these books. It looks like between kind of in the 90s and 2000s.
Don't tell me he went to prison because of this. Because you have someone like Dr. Oz.
Oh, no, not because of his books.
Okay, good.
No, but I was going to say he's written a lot of books, and you've probably heard of like the PH Miracle. Like,
yeah, I've definitely heard of that.
It's actually a pretty big book. I bet he made a lot of money on that because I've actually seen that one in print. Yeah. He basically believes that acid is the enemy of health and the root of all disease. So it kind of sounds like every other kind of quack doctor. Like he finds one thing, and that's everything is caused by this, And he had a quote that said, "Acid is pain, and pain is acid." Pretty legit quote, though.
Well, it is. I mean, if you spill car battery acid on you, that's going to be painful.
That's true. I mean, there you go. Case closed.
Case closed. I mean, I agree with that.
So yeah, he thought everything, including pain, was due to acidity. So he tried to get basically into the minds of all Americans that acid was causing all their health problems, like from heart disease to cancer, that whole list that we talked about. And he was even on Oprah.
Oh my God.
So he brought his...
Did she endorse it? Probably.
Yeah. So he went on there.
She endorsed... I mean, she's... I probably shouldn't talk bad about her, but...
She made some cash.
I mean, she's the one that pushed the Garcinia. She pushed raspberry ketones, acai berry, all this other stuff, you know?
She's just a Dr. Oz without a doctorate, right? But she had, so she had young Robert Oldham Young on her show, and he brought his patient, but remember, he's not a real doctor. He has all these degrees, but his school was closed. So, and this lady's name was Kim Tinkham. She had breast cancer. He brought her on, and he said she had been miraculously cured, like she was in remission or whatever, from no treatment from anything other than his alkaline.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Well, she died 2 years after she was on the show from breast cancer. That had metastasized and gone everywhere.
Yeah, that's when people.
So this
get
is
in
where
that
he gets in
mindset.
trouble, right?
Yeah.
So he was basically a crook.
Yeah, but now he's got a death on his hands.
Yep, it's not just one. So yeah, he started treating all these patients. He basically had like this, health center where he would bring people in. And he would, kind of like all the ones we've seen. It almost sounded like Zizek's, but he would bring people in and he would make them eat a certain way, drink, and no outside treatments.
Oh, jeez. No,
so he would just have like, you just eat this, drink alkaline water, eat alkaline diet, and you don't need anything else.
Yeah.
So he would actually discourage them from seeking any
that's
like medical
cool.
treatments. And he was paying a ton. He actually did alkaline injections too. And they would pay thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Recent.
This is not. Yeah, this is pretty recent.
Jeez, I mean, his book was 1992.
Yeah, I mean, this was in the 2000s.
Jesus,
I'm trying to think. Oh, here we go. I got the timeline here.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. Well, actually, that is perfect. That leads it right into here. So he was actually arrested in January 2014, convicted in 2016 on charges of theft and practicing medicine without a license, and he went to jail in 2017. And then in 2018, a jury in San Diego awarded someone who sued him $105 million in damages to a former cancer patient of his. She was in stage 1, treatable breast cancer, and she did his diet, and now she's in incurable stage 4.
It's not like he can pay that out. I mean, she's not going to get that much.
She'll be dead. I mean, plus that, he's not going to have the money anymore, from legal fees. It's just sad, man. So basically, he's a quack, man.
Yeah.
He's
I mean, I get it, like adding on, but don't discourage people to. Jeez, man.
Well, this is why it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, whether or not you think that alkaline water is fine or waste of money or whatever, if you're foregoing medical advice and treatment and getting sicker, and that's just wrong, man.
Yeah, that's
not that I think Western medicine is perfect. It's not. It's far from it. We're trying to improve it every day, and some things we do are bad, some things we do are good. We're just trying to get better and get people help. Get people better.
Man,
so I have no problem with like an idea, like a natural approach, like a holistic approach to medicine. Like you need to eat whole foods, and you need to exercise more and drink more water and get more fresh air. But also, if you cut your leg off, that's not going to fix it. You got to sew it back on. You know what I mean? So anyway, there are some risks with it. If you get too much alkalinity, you can cause some issues, some GI issues, obviously. If you do the gallon challenge with milk, since it's basic, you throw it all up. Actually, no, that's not right. I think milk is acidic.
No, I think it is a gallon challenge with milk.
But I don't think that's because of...
Oh, but you do throw it up.
You do always throw it up. I don't...
So if I
mildly acidic, yeah.
If I drink alkaline water,
it has lactic acid in it.
Yeah, if I drink alkaline water, but I'm drinking it almost like it's filtered, you know what I'm saying? Will it basically be filtered? Is what I'm trying to say. Like if
so your body's going to neutralize
But it's not going to
on
kill.
anything
It's
you
not going to
eat.
kill bacteria and stuff like a filter will.
You mean as far as like?
So I can't replace my Brita filter with an alkaline filter, and because it's not going to kill the bacteria.
I don't think it's enough to kill
Yeah,
it
okay,
potentially.
gotcha.
I mean, there's probably some bacteria that would react to alkaline.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be able to survive. But I would think. I mean, and they're all mildly.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Alkaline.
Yeah.
So it's not like extremely alkaline, and that
Yeah.
can kill it. It's not like you're drinking Drano or something like that. There's some skin irritations, GI issues, things like that. But for the most part, it's safe. It's safe to consume because, as we talked about, your body's gonna pee out the alkaline or breathe out the acid. So that's how we, or pee out the acid, whatever it may be. That's how we manage changes of pH when we take it in through our diet. But like we said, foregoing legitimate treatment for a disease just by thinking alkaline water or diet will fix it is dangerous. It's very dangerous. As we saw, $100 million. That's actually worse than that because the woman's going to die.
Oh, I know.
And she's going to suffer too.
That's really
when
bad.
she could have, had easily been treated. So, So I mean,
he should have spent a lot more time.
He's already out.
Yeah.
If there's any takeaway from all these
I hope
episodes
he's still
we've
not
done,
getting royalties from his books.
I bet he is.
Jesus.
But he's hopefully having to mail that to her family. Right, $100 million. He's probably figuring out a way to settle for less. But from all these episodes we've done, the one thing I've seen is like, it always seems like you might as well do the crime because the punishment is always not doesn't ever fit. You know, you see some of these people, especially like 100 years ago, they'd be like fine, like what, $50, $20, like it's crazy. You might as well fake it, be a fake medicine person, and see what happens. So the conclusions would be it's probably not dangerous, maybe just dangerous to to your wallet because it costs money. Eating an alkaline diet or drinking alkaline water may help with kidney stones. So just one specific type of that additive we talked about, what was it, potassium bicarbonate, I think, would show that it would reduce it. So there's no evidence that like just drinking alkaline water will reduce kidney stones, but the idea is that that's what it would do. But I think the alkaline diet would be, which is like more fruits and vegetables and less meats and dairy, is actually would help more with the kidney stones too. But I think people know what they're kind of getting into with kidney stones.
Oh yeah.
So like, it's not because they don't know how to stop it. It's just like, well, what would you rather do? Would you rather eat and drink what you want and then deal with kidney stones later, or the same reason we're all Americans are fat too? So anyway. Tap water, filter water, bottled water, although it's not great for the environment, they're all basically better options or equal options as long as it's clean water, as long as you're not from Flint, Michigan. And I would just say don't be fooled into thinking any alkaline water or alkaline diet is going to prevent or treat any kind of major disease. Just there's no science or common sense to support that at all. But it's very interesting how big the market's getting, though, right?
Oh yeah.
So what are your questions about it now that we've went through it? Other than soda doping and injecting lemon juice to kill someone. You just have to do an experiment, man. Who can we get to try it? Jen will try anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess, guys, don't forget we still have a sponsor, which is the Jupiter CBD. You can either go to getjupiter.com and put in the code Quackery and you'll get 20% off, or you can go to quackery.getjupiter.com and that will do the same thing too. So it'll give you 20% off and it'll maybe give us a little kickback. And this stuff is good. It's that USDA organic, very well tested. So as you remember from our episode on CBD, that's really our only issue with it, is saying it can do things that it can't and getting something that's quality. So this one is quality. That's why we've partnered with them. And also, if you do a subscription with your CBD, then if you did it with our link, then it'll continue to benefit us too. So we appreciate that. But yeah, I think that's going to be alkaline water. I think that's going to wrap us up here. So if that episode really quacked you up, you want to support the crew, head on over to quackerypodcast.com/join to become an official Quackhead. If you have an idea for a topic and you want us to cover it, let us know. Make sure and hit that subscribe button. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can go to Apple Podcast and give us a review. That makes a huge difference, y'all. Make sure and tell your friends. And as always, keep calm and quack on.